In 2013, Bangladesh signed its biggest ever contract worth nearly $13 billion. Under the deal, Russia's state-run company Rosatom would build the country's first nuclear power plant. Moscow is providing 90% of the funding for the project. But Western sanctions against Russia imposed after its invasion of Ukraine are threatening to undermine the scheme. Some experts say they'll only have minimal impact.
The short-term repercussion will be there, and I don't think one can continue for longer period because countries will find a way to resolve that.
Money transferred to Russia from Bangladesh as payment for equipment for the project have also stalled. Last month, a U.S. sanctioned ship carrying equipment for the project was turned away after Bangladesh feared reprisal from the West. But not all the equipment comes from Russia.
Our machinery comes from Western Europe, so sanctions should not have any impact on that. Our works are progressing pretty well, and I think all the works will be finished on schedule.
Nearly 5,000 Russians and other expatriates are working on the scheme. Many restaurants, shops, and small commercial establishments have sprouted up in this remote town in northeast Bangladesh. They're here to cater for the influx of thousands of Russians and other foreigners, as well as people from other parts of Bangladesh, working for the nuclear power project. The local economy and the community appears to be benefiting.
Russians, Ukrainians, Belarusians and others shop here and they all hang together and they get along well. They don't seem to have any problem.
The conflict in Ukraine seems to have very little impact here. Yuri Bodana is Ukrainian and says he has no problem working with the Russians.
I've been living here for 2 years and I do like it here. Yes, my family right now is safe in Ukraine.
People who live here don't speak about this conflict, don't mind about this conflict. I think people who live here doesn't matter what happened there.
Alexander is a Russian working at the nuclear plant and didn't want it to be identified. He thinks sanctions are having no impact.
I don't see any kind of problems connected with and related with some kind of Western sanctions because war goes on.
Bangladesh government officials didn't respond to Al Jazeera's request for an interview. Moscow and Washington's rivalry may be posing a test for Dhaka's policy of neutrality, but here on the ground, the future of this project seems bright. Tanvir, Chowdhury, Al Jazeera, Roopur, Bangladesh.